Do you know how to get your child enrolled in school? We know that in the UK, public schools are free. But do you know the criteria? Do you know the documents required? And do you know overall how to start your application process? I'll cover all these areas in this video. So if you are interested, then kindly stay tuned. First of all, you should know the age factor. What do I mean by this? In the UK, children should be 4 years and above by the beginning of every school year. And the school year usually begins in September of every year. So the child should have been 4 years by the 31st of August of that year. So if the child is 4 years by 1st of September, that child is not yet eligible for school. So knowing this, is your child eligible? Is your child ready? Does your child meet this criteria? Okay, if your child meets this criteria, then it means you go to the next step of finding the schools to apply. So where do you find schools to apply? Usually it's better to have your accommodation sorted before you start looking for school. If you have it sorted and you haven't even moved into the house or apartment yet, and you have your postcode, you can go ahead and apply for the schools. So what you do is, when you have your accommodation sorted, on the accommodation app where you got your house, you can have an area view. You have where they talk about clinics close to you, schools close to you. So when you go to that section, the schools close to you, you see so many of the schools that are close to you. Secondly, you can decide to go on the UK government website to type in your postcode and then see the schools that are closer to your home. Usually it's best to choose schools that are closer to your home because, first of all, schools like to pick kids that live closer to the school, and it's also easier for you to easily walk your child to school or go pick the child from school, and things are usually very easy. So it's better that the schools that you choose are closer to your home. So with that said, when you see the list of schools, make sure to go to the school's website because you need more information about the school. You need to see how the school works. You need to go through their criteria, and you need to know what the school is about before you choose any school for your child to be enrolled in. So when you go to the criteria, every school has its own criteria of what to make them pick one child over the other. Okay, from being a special needs child to an adopted child to faith and all. So you go through the criteria and know which criteria that you want to use to apply for your child. And then after you choose that criteria, make sure that you have documentations to support what you are saying. So if it's based on faith, if you are choosing a Catholic school based on faith, you should make sure that you have your child's baptismal card to support this claim, that whenever you are asked to provide such documentation, you have it to provide. And all the other criteria that you choose, make sure you have supporting documents. Also, the documents that will be required for you to submit for the application will differ from if the child is going to school for the first time or the child is a transfer student from abroad now coming back. The child was already in school and is being transferred from a school abroad to a school here. So you will have all the documentation that you use to make your travel to the UK. So any document that they ask for, you would have it handy. So for the child, for some, they can ask you for your boarding pass and all that. So you already have those documents. Just make sure you have them available when you are being asked for. The child's birth cert, passport and all that should be handy, so that when you are asked to provide such documents, you would have to show. How do you apply then after choosing the schools? Usually you are given 5 slots to choose which schools you want. I think initially it was 3, but now it's 5. Some may decide to choose less, but it's better to optimize all the 5 options given, because sometimes if all the schools are full, schools don't usually take above the number that they have specified for each class. So if all the schools are full, then your child will have to be on a waiting list. So if you maximize all the 5, then the probability that your child will get a school will be higher than if you just use three slots Okay, the more the merrier. So it's better to just optimize all and choose the schools that you want to. And then you don't apply directly through the school, you apply through the council. You go to the council's website and then you choose the option that best suits you. Is it the child's first time of starting school, or is it a transfer student? All that will be there on the website. You navigate, you get which one you are using, and then you start your application. So if you are new and you do not know your council, or you are wondering, so how will I know which council I belong to and all that? It's easy. You have to go to the government website, just like you did for the school. You search for my local council. A slot will come where you type in your postcode, and then the name of your council will come. The website, then you go to the website and then you start applying for schools for your child. You can do that directly, or you can get the number of the council, you call them, and then they walk you through the process. So after applying through the council, what's next? What happens after you apply through the council? The council will now distribute the various applications to the various schools that you have chosen. And so the school will now go through your application and decide if they will choose or reject your application. So now if the school chooses to accept your application, they will contact you directly, or even if they reject your application, they will contact you directly through your email or post, and then they will let you know how your application has ended up. Sometimes if you do not hear from the school and you are worried, you can contact the school directly, or even contact the council and see what is happening. Usually, even if you contact the council, they would advise you contact the school directly to see how far with your application. So you can easily give the school a phone call or send them an email to give you updates on your application. If you are accepted, congratulations. And if you are rejected, don't worry, your child will be on a waiting list, and anytime there is a vacancy, your child will be pushed into that. The council will also keep following up till your child gets to school, because every child from age 4 should be in school, unless otherwise there are other things or homeschooling and everything. If not, they get school for everyone. So do not panic. Even if your child has been rejected from a school, your child will eventually get a school. So I hope these tips helped you, and I wish you all the best in applying for a school for your child. And if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Philomena. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.